weather here, and it's kind of on and off as we head into the next few days, and then things will start to calm down a little bit. You may have already noticed some of the breezy weather that picked up overnight and into this morning, and now we're dealing with it again in places we typically don't see some winds for some areas. So even into the San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita Valley, seeing some windy weather. Otherwise, breezy along the coast with most spots between about 15 to 20 miles per hour. That goes out into the Inland Empire as well. Now, as we head into late afternoon, you can see the gusts, the high gusts are for the mountain communities. As we head into this afternoon, we're going to have some wind advisories that will be issued through tonight for most spots, some into tomorrow morning. And with those cold overnight lows, that will continue on through tomorrow. It is going to be feeling extra cold as you head out the door tomorrow morning if you're in any of those spots. Still in the 60s in a lot of areas. Doesn't last long. We have heat on the way, so we'll be talking about that too coming up. Guys, back to you.
Sounds good, Brianna. Thank you.
The U.S. spots, we have been dealing with some winds pretty much on and off this week. So cooler weather and some windy weather, too, all thanks to that low that was kind of passing through Northern California. But that trough is continuing to make its way out, and it's spinning up some winds here as it moves on. But you can see where we're seeing some of the strongest gusts, some of the mountain communities along the I-5 corridor too, with winds up to about 30 to 35 miles per hour. Santa Clarita seeing some winds up to about 30, so pretty windy there. Breezy along the coastline, and then even out into Orange County and the Inland Empire too, we're seeing some winds between about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So not too bad, but we are seeing it some winds in places we typically don't see them. But wind advisories are in place where we're seeing some of the strongest winds, some expiring tonight, others by early tomorrow morning. So winds are going to pick up as we head into late afternoon today. Mountain communities seeing them up to about 50 to 55 miles per hour. The lower elevations between about 25 to 35 mile per hour gusts. That goes for Ventura, Los Angeles County, even the Ventura County coastline, Santa Clarita Valley. You are in there too. And then as we head into tomorrow morning, winds will start to subside a bit, but it's still going to be breezy. And we're still dealing with those cold overnight lows too. So it's going to be a little cold and a little windy. You'll want to keep your jacket with you for the morning tomorrow. And then those afternoon highs are going to start warming up. But we're still seeing some cool weather. 39 degrees out into Big Bear right now. Mountains are staying cold. And we're at about 59 still in Santa Clarita. With the winds, it is feeling a little uncomfortable out there at about 62 degrees. Down into Anaheim, not a whole lot in the way of cloud coverage today. So we do have some sunny skies, but it is cool and it's windy. And that trough that's allowing all that cool air to spill in is finally starting to move out to the east here. And then we're going to have some high pressure that's going to move in tomorrow. So once that ridge nudges its way in, we're going to start to see some warmer weather. And then those winds will shift offshore as we head into tomorrow, meaning it's going to warm us up and dry us out a little bit. So I'm going to show you what to expect here through the afternoon. This is looking about 5:30 this afternoon, and most areas you can see it's a little breezy to windy at times as we head into later today, and most areas seeing some wind. You can see it there between about 15 to 20, 25 miles per hour, and of course a little stronger at the higher elevations. As we take you into early tomorrow morning, about 3:30 tomorrow morning, you can still see those northern spots of LA, Ventura counties where we're still seeing some winds there. So bundle up as you're headed out tomorrow because it's still going to be cold overnight. Los Angeles and Orange County. Finally, we see some warmer weather tomorrow to mid-70s, and then 80s return this weekend. Saturday, the warmest day, getting up to about 85 degrees. Then we'll start to get a little cooler by the beginning of next week. And for the valleys and Inland Empire, we'll get up to some 80s tomorrow, but then low 90s Friday, Saturday, and then back to some 80s as we head into your Sunday. Beaches 65 today, and then we are back to some 70s by tomorrow. Mid-70s Friday, Saturday is going to be a little warm at the coast. It's going to be nice, getting up to 77 on your Saturday. Low 70s return by Sunday. And for the mountains, it is cold and windy up there, especially for those really high elevations where we're seeing some stronger winds up to about 45 to 50 miles per hour. Take a look at the weekend, though. It's getting warm up there, 77 to 78 degrees. And the high desert, it's a little cool. It is windy, have some dust and some sand blowing around out there. Cars probably a little dirty. Temperatures continue to warm up as we head into the weekend, though. Those 90s are returning. All right, Philip, Giovanna, back to you guys.
Brianna, thank you.
Out there too. So just last week we saw those red flag warnings just to the east of our region here, and it was just so early in the year to start seeing those. So really unfortunate. We will keep our fingers crossed to see anything here, but so far nothing in the forecast. You're looking at Hollywood right now. It's going to be pretty nice today. Clear, sunny skies. It's going to be a little bit on the cool side, and we do have some breezy conditions. You can see some of those trees moving around out there. Not too bad though. 68 degrees in Hollywood. A little cooler in some other spots though. 58 out into Hemet, San Santa Clarita still in those upper 50s. And we also have some winds happening too. So in some of these spots where you do have some winds, it's feeling a little cooler than you might like. So this is where we're seeing them right now. Most spots seeing a little bit of wind, not too much, but these are areas where we typically don't see a whole lot. So it might catch you off guard a little bit. You might feel like it's a little bit windy. Most of them are pretty weak, between about 10 to 15 miles per hour, but otherwise Malibu, Burbank, even into the San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita, also seeing some areas where we're seeing some gusts closer to about 30 to 35 miles per hour. So it is a little windy up there, and with those temperatures still on the cool side, it is feeling cool. Wind advisories go in place a little late this afternoon for some spots through tonight, and then others expire tomorrow morning, and that goes for the Santa Clarita Valley too. That's one of those spots where we're going to continue to see some pretty strong winds, and overnight lows have been pretty cold too. That's going to be happening again tonight, and with some of those winds taking us into tomorrow morning, it's going to be feeling very chilly. So keep the jacket with you tomorrow, even though we do start to warm up as we head into tomorrow afternoon. So this trough that allowed for that cool air starting to shift out a little bit to the east, and then we're going to have that ridge of high pressure. It's going to nudge its way in, and then our winds are going to turn to offshore tomorrow morning. That's going to help us warm up tomorrow, and it's going to help us, unfortunately, dry out a bit too. 70 out into Irvine today, not too bad. So we're going to see temperatures pretty close to what we saw yesterday, maybe just a couple degrees warmer in some spots. Few areas seeing a little bit more of closer to 70. 70 out into Ontario today, 74 in Covina, and about 68 in Inglewood. Upper 60s for Santa Clarita. Thousand Oaks still on the cool side at 65. Same for Ventura and Oxnard in the mid to upper 60s. Northridge, not too bad though, 72 today. Los Angeles and Orange County will start to get a little warmer tomorrow, and then Friday we'll see the bigger bump in temperatures. Saturday, that's going to be the warmest day of the week. We're going to see about 85 degrees there, and then we do start to cool it off as we head back into the beginning of next week. We'll also start to see some more marine layer clouds too, so starting off with kind of the May gray, June gloom kind of feel as we head back into next week. Valleys and Inland Empire back to the 80s tomorrow, low 80s, so still can be pretty nice. And then Friday, Saturday, low 90s, hottest days of the week. And then Sunday, we do start to cool it off a little bit heading into next week with some cooler temperatures. It's still going to be warm though. Beaches 65 today, a bit on the cool side, and also it's breezy there along the coast. And then as we head into tomorrow, it's going to be a little more mild, and then really nice, beautiful 76 Friday, and Saturday 77. A little bit cooler there on Sunday. Mountains cold and windy today. Overnight lows still freezing and below. As we head into the next few days, temperatures will start to get a little bit warmer. Back to some low 60s tomorrow, mid upper 70s as we head into the weekend. It's even going to be warm for the mountains. In the high desert, it's cool and it's windy today. It's going to be a little dusty out there. And as we head into tomorrow, 70s, 80s Friday, 90s Saturday. So we see a little gradual warm up here as we head into the weekend. It's going to be getting much warmer, guys.
Okay. All right, Brianna, thank you.